Hello and welcome to another commentary gameplay video here on my channel. Today we are taking a look at the top 8 of the Hokkaido Championship Wave 2 and the last weekend in Japan. As I mentioned, we are watching the top 8 game here, facing off the blue Doflamingo player on the left versus the red Shanks player on the right. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this match, right? I love to see the red Shanks of OP09 in action, and also seeing how this leader does against well-established meta decks in the blue Doflamingo. So yeah, I've also prepared some translations which we will go through once these hit the field. Maybe let me pause here really quick. The effect of the Shanks says once per turn. This effect can be activated when your opponent attacks. Give up to one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 1000 power during this turn. So it's really solid effect. Being able to like always counter out of a 5k swing for free, saving some cards in hand is really good. It looks like the Doflamingo player is going first. He has nothing to play on the first turn, just passing over to the Shanks side. Shanks has 2 Dons, but also no play on their first turn, and pass it over to the Doflamingo player. Now we are at 3 Don. He could do his leader effect blindly, or he will probably he will play out the new Martial Teach from the start deck 17, putting 1 card on top of his deck to then put 2 rested Don card to his leader, then swing with 7k, and playing the Weevil he just put on top of the deck into the play rested, drawing a card with the effect, and then we see a 2k used for Shanks as well as the leader ability to get out of this attack. So really good, right? So now we see a 9k swing into the character Weevil, and Doflamingo let this go. And they are playing really fast because I also updated the speed to 1.25, right? Because sometimes it really takes long when they're thinking about certain situations, and if there's anything we would need to watch again, I will just pause and go back. So now we are here on the 5 Don turn. He will play out the Jinbei into a Boa, stacking his top 3 cards, and then putting another, let me pause here real quick, putting a rested Don under one of their characters or leader. So we see another Boa on top, we see the 4-cost Gecko, and I can't quite make it what this card here is. Good 3 cards. He stacks the Boa on as a second place, so he probably will play this out with his leader effect next turn. And then he will using okay, nice, with the Martial Teach. He used again Martial Teach to put a card on top of his deck, stacking another 2 Don under his leader, and with the remaining Don he can use the leader effect, which is pretty good, right? So he just summons out another Weevil. And I think there you can also see the power of this Martial Teach, being able to control your top deck always, and squeezing out your leader's effect even though you don't have so much Don, right? Is pretty good. So now we saw 8k swing into the Shanks, and I think he took this life. He's at 4 lives, so he took this life, and now we are at 6 Don for the Shanks side, and I think we got some options here. He is playing, or he's attacking 6 on live, I would imagine, or is he swinging into the Weevil? Either way, the Doflamingo player will counter out of this attack. Let's see, if it's a 1k, it was probably into the Weevil. He's countering with a 1k Gecko, so I think he attacked the Weevil, and then he is playing the Silver's Rayleigh. Let's check what this card is doing. We have it here, the Silver's Rayleigh. So it's a 5 cost, 6000 power character, is a blocker, and on play, if your opponent has 2 or more characters with a base power of 5000 or more, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So essentially it's like a queen replacement, and because our opponent has 2, he essentially has 3 cards with 5000 power or more, he's able to draw 2 cards and trash 1 from his hand. So pretty good effect there. Drawing, let's pause here real quick. So we have some 2k Red Hat Pirates, we have the 10-cost Shanks, which we will also see later as a translation, or I can maybe show you already. So the 10 cost Shanks, the manga version he has here. So there's a really good flex here, right? The Shanks is a 10 cost 12,000 power unit. He has a static effect that says give all of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power, which is pretty strong. And he also has rush, so he can just come into play and swing immediately. And here on the right we see the, I think here, the Ben Beckman. It's a 7 cost, 7,000 power unit. And on play you can trash up to one of your opponent's characters with 6,000 power or less. Important to note, the trash wording used here, so cards like Sabo can't protect from this card. So you can, just trash Sabos when he enters the field, which is pretty strong. So yeah, let's just see what he is going to discard. He decides to trash the Ben Beckman, which is pretty interesting, right? Because Ben Beckman on play would get rid of at least one of the opponent's characters. But I think he maybe thinks that with the dragon character, the next turn he has much more like power on the board, right? To then contest the board. I think as a Shanks you probably want to control a little bit the board, right? So yeah, but then the card I couldn't figure out was a child pudding with a new artwork. So yeah, all the card advantage Shanks got by taking the life, by playing the Silver Israeli, is now just demolished. And yeah, I think this shows also the strong tools Doflamingo has access to, which is pretty unfortunate, I have to say. Especially, oh, this hand sucks. Oh my god, this is really a shitty hand here. No big drops, just some counter, another Silver Israeli. Wow, this is really, I think next time we will play the Uta to see some high drop, I would imagine, and then another Silver Israeli. But yeah, it's not looking too good, I would say. Doflamingo still has 3 Don open, so let's see what he's doing. There was a 6k swing to Shanks, countered out by a 2k Jimbei from the starter deck 10. Quick reminder for everybody, there is a 1k subscriber giveaway I posted on my X Twitter account. So there is a really big giveaway in my opinion, where you can win some One Piece finalist cards from the offline regionals. You can also win an enchanted Lorcana card with the Ursula, and also some Pokemon merchandise like a deck box from Hawaii or a playmate from Yokohama Worlds, as well as a booster box of Stellar Crown, as well as some Espeon sleeves. If you want to participate, the giveaway will run until the 24th of November. I will then announce the winner in the comment. Please check it out. Subscribe to my socials like YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter, and retweet, like, and comment this post. And then you are eligible for the drawing on the 24th of November. So yeah, I hope you participate in it, and thank you for your help so far. And yeah, I hope, if not already done, please subscribe to my channel and yeah, participate in the giveaway. And yeah, I really hope that you are enjoying my content so far. Let's get back to the video. Swings with another 6k again into the Shanks. This time he will take the life and he will get another Silver Israeli. And I think he still has his leader effect, right? Maybe he is using it. Let's see. He still has a 5k swing with the Jimbei. He's debating to use the leader effect, right? So probably when he swings 5 here, he either will block with the Silver Israeli. Oh no, 7k with Jimbei, not using his leader effect, okay. I mean with the, okay, I always forgot the Martially Teach, right? He can just prepare something on the top with the Martially Teach, puts 2 rested Don under his leader, and then swings with the 1 Don he is active, using his leader effect to summon something additionally. Now we see a 7k swing getting blocked by a Silver Israeli 6k buddy. He then used the Shanks leader ability to decrease the ability by 1k, so 6 versus 6, and he also opted to discard another Silver Israeli here. And now we see the Doffy player stacked the Boa Hancock on top of his deck, but he decides not to use the leader effect, right? He just swung with a 8k and the 7k swing with the Silver Israeli. Maybe he used another card here, but yeah, let's continue. I think the pudding just spelled doom for Shanks, in my opinion. There's not much you can... this really, in my opinion, it's really hard to come back as a Shanks at this point. But let's see. We are starting off with a 7k swing into the Jinbei. The Doffy player let this pass and go away. Then, we probably see an Yasop getting played here. Let me show you the translation here really quick. So the Yasop is a 5 cost 6000 power character, which on play up to one of your leader gains plus 1000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. And if you attach one Don here, when he's attacking, you can minus 1000 power something else. So yeah, it's like a kind of mini Whitebeard, right? Being able to buff your leader by 1k until the next turn. And now we see an 8k swing, probably into the Boa Hancock, I would imagine. Yeah, and Doffy is deciding to let it go. Not worth it to get rid of all of your cards in hand here, right? Especially if your opponent has just 2 cards in hand. You can now apply so much pressure on Shanks, right? You could get him down to, I think, 1 life probably, or even 0 if you swing with everything you have. But let's see. We are starting off with a 7k into the Silver Israeli, which is a 6k body. Shanks decides to let this go. Understandable, yeah. I mean, you don't have so much count in hand, right? It's like a 1k, and I'm not quite sure. I think the other card is a 2k, I would imagine. Then for 4 we play another Boa Hancock, stacking our top 3 cards of the deck. And also attaching a Rechte, probably to our leader, I would imagine. And yeah, there's a Jinbei found. I think you should, or you put this on top of the deck, right? But you think you will put it to the bottom? Looks like the 4-cost Gecko was on top. And then the Jinbei on the bottom, but I think it was like Gecko Jozu, and then Jinbei. So that's what he is deciding. Interesting. Yep. Then he puts the Rechte under his leader. They attached another Don, using his leader effect to play the Gecko and grabbing himself a card from his trash to the hand. Probably grabbing, I would say, Boa Hancock maybe. Yeah, just to be able to play the Boa with the Jinbei again next turn, right? Because he draws into the Jozu, and then he could play with this leader effect the Jinbei into Boa. Just filling up his board again if the Shanks decides to swing into the characters. So yeah. Now we're back to the Shanks side. We are now at 10 Don for Shanks, but we don't see any big Shanks card here. I'm not quite sure if it would have mattered anyway. So we are swinging with 7 Yasop into probably the Weevil and reducing the Boa Hancock to 5, I would imagine. 7 into the Gecko, and he reduced the Boa by 1k here. And now we will rest another 5 Don, probably for the Silver Israeli. Yep, filling up our hand. This is definitely needed. We are drawing 2 cards. We are drawing the starter deck 15 Newgate, and as well as the Utah Searcher. He is discarding the Edward Newgate. I think, there's no spot where we could play this. And then we swing an 8k probably into the Weevil, I would imagine. Now Doflamingo is deciding to maybe counter out of this attack by 2 and a 1k. He could also sacrifice his Boa Hancock to block, but I think it's okay to counter out of this attack just to preserve your attacker to threaten much more damage next turn. Yep, and that's what he's designed to do. Using the 2k and the 1k to get out of this attack. And for the last Don, Shanks is playing another Utah Searcher, and I think it's a whiff, right? Just a miss. This is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, it's looking really rough for the Shanks player. I think he is really on the, I would say bad things, or bad side of things here. He's staring down 4 or like 3 big attacks, maybe also a 4th small attack with the pudding. Probably, yeah, he's going with a 6k swing into the face. Yeah, he probably uses maybe a 2k here. He's debating what to do. And yeah, I think he will use the Otama here. Maybe the leader effect and a 1k. I don't know, but yeah, he used the Otama 2k to get out of the attack. Then we see another 6k swing here from the Weevil into the Shanks. Now everything is just pointed into the face of the Shanks. And yeah, this is just trouble for him, right? You have 2 lives, 2 cards in hand, 1 blocker, but your hand size is shrinking, and as we know, hand size is everything in OP, so not a good target. So now we are playing the Jozu to bounce the pudding, to then bounce the Silver's Ready from the Shanks side to their hand. And now he is using the Martially Teach, putting to Rechte down under the yeah. So now with the Doffy, he swings 7k into probably face, using his leader effect, playing the Boa, finding 2 Martially Teach and a Jinbei it looks like, but I think he will pull this under the deck probably. Yeah, putting this under the deck, attaching the other Restodon to the Doflamingo, then an 8k swing to the Yasop, so he let the Yasop go, and then there's a 7k swing to Shanks. And yeah, what do we do now, right? I mean, there's not so much we can do. We got a 10 cost Shanks, but I think at this point we're just running short on cards in hand, right? We would now need like Sanji's Pilaf or something similar as a trigger from the live, but yeah, there's no option. I think he will just play down the Shanks, maybe swing a little bit into the board, but yeah, it's looking really rough for the Shanks player. He's now splitting up some Don. Maybe he's thinking about the Ben Beckman, but yeah, I think it's just too much pressure that was put on by the Flamingo player. So now we just see yeah, the Shanks getting played, and there's a 5k swing into a 5k body, got counted out. Then there was a 10k swing or a 12k swing with Shanks. And now we see 8k swing getting taken. Then he triggers a Radical Beam, and then there's like a 9k or 14k swing. And yeah, that's it. So Doflamingo won against Shanks. I think the key card, or yeah, let's pause real quick here and wrap the game up. I would say the key card to win this match was the pudding, definitely. I think Shanks player was at 7 or 8 cards in hand, right? And then the pudding just got so much value, resetting the hand, also pulling away their options, right? Because the following turn, the Shanks player would have, I think was at 8 Don, and could have played the Dragon, right? With the Dragon, he could then have like 2 big swings coming into the bodies of the Doflamingo player, and would probably set him back a little bit. So I think, yeah, the pudding overall just really won the game for Doflamingo, kind of. I mean, sure, with the Jinbeis and the Boa, the Doflamingo player also saw really nice puzzle pieces, but I think the pudding really made this game. So yeah, sad for Shanks, good for Doffy. He advances now to top 4. And yeah, I hope that you are enjoying this video. I definitely enjoyed this top 8 match, and I also commented the top 16 match as well, and will also comment the top 4 and the finals game, which will be uploaded the next 2 days. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate your support. And yeah, I hope to see you on the next video. So yeah, thank you everybody, and see you there. Bye.